What's up, everybody? This is VVS back at you guys with another video. I'm just going to be reading this little post somebody had made that I had found. I was just going through some forums and stuff like that, just looking at different stuff, and I came across this post that I feel is very accurate as far as how we feel when it comes to, you know, dealing with attraction and things like that. So I'm just gonna get straight to it. I'm gonna read it, man. I think a lot of dudes will like what I'm about to read right now. Um, so this person said, quite often my brother comes to me with women problems. 9 times out of 10, his issue revolves around the inability to determine if a woman likes him or not, whether interest is there or not. He gets so caught up in the whirlwind of self-doubt and obsessing himself with the minute details of a woman's interaction towards him. That is true. That's true. Well, legend, she did this, but then she said this. Look how she said this over here. She said we'll meet, but now this, that, and the third, right? When it comes to someone we like, male or female, we tend to overanalyze the nuances of their actions if their intentions or interest isn't explicitly clarified or easily verifiable up front. This lack of clarity is the catalyst to self-doubt and negative thinking. And if you don't check yourself, you'll find yourself drifting down a rabbit hole. Emotional health soon follows. Exactly. That's why I say that dudes should not be getting depressed and all this other stuff, because at the end of the day, if you're dealing with people that don't care about your well-being, they don't care about your mental health, they'll go to the extent of leading you on and wasting your time. These are not a group of people that you should be depressed over. You know what I mean? We are all victims to this, tough guys and simps alike. What separates a man or a woman from the simp counterpart is their ability to recognize what interest is, exactly, and know when it isn't there without the need for enhanced calculations and late night thought sessions alone in bed. The problem is, people like my brother don't understand how really biological attraction is. Take the cultural infrastructure out and keep your perception focused through the simplified scope of plain nature, and you'll come to see that 1 + 1 = 2. Simple as that. This brings me to my main point, and these next statements will always be true. It is infallible and it will stand the test of time. And anyone who challenges it, I will be more than welcome to prove its simple yet monumental effectiveness and truth. It won't blow your mind. You've heard it a thousand times before, but people don't truly understand what it means. If a woman wants to be with you, she will be with you, period. I totally agree. I totally agree. Like I said before, recently, last year, there was some females that, as soon as I talked to them about, oh, well, can you come over to my house, or, oh, can we go on this date or do the, they were all aboard for it. Even though they had a schedule, even though, oh, well, VVS, she said that she had to go to work. Even though they had to go to work, even though they had a work schedule, even though they had stuff coming up with their family, they still made an effort to make the situation work. That's a person that has interest in you. That's a person that likes you. When a person says, okay, well, you know what, plan A didn't cut out, so let's try plan B. Plan B didn't work, so let's try plan C. That's a person that fucks with you heavy. That's a person that likes you. You know what I mean? If a woman wants to be with you, she will be with you, period. If a man wants to be with you, he will be with you, period. Common phrase, but no one really knows what those statements mean. I will give you an example. People tend to read things like that and try to throw variables into the equation. That's dating coaches. Oh, well, I understand that, but you got to understand alpha, and you can't text back and overcomplicating the shit. That's why your head gets so fucking, that's why your head gets ready to explode when you're watching their fucking videos, man. They're overcomplicating something that's so fucking simple. They try and give as many excuses as possible. They try and muddy the colors and drift away from this simple black and white truth. What if this happens? What about XYZ, etc.? When my brother told me that he didn't invite a girl to fly out and see him because he thought that would be out of the way and too much. I asked him, do y'all like each other and want to be with each other? He said yes. Then no, the fuck it isn't, right? If two people want to be together, they will find a way to be together, period. That's the bottom line. You know what I mean? If you dudes are out, like I said before, I've been through the struggles, man. But I'm going to tell you one fucking thing. I haven't been flaked on. I haven't been rejected or any of that bullshit in pretty much in the past year. And that's just off the simple fact that I'm not leaving myself open to people that I know do not like me. Cold approaching is leaving yourself open to people that do not like you. You know what I mean? And the bottom line is, like this person just said, it's black and white. You'll know when a person likes you. It'll be obvious, you know. No excuses. 6 weeks of talking and y'all haven't tried to see each other just once? Unacceptable, right? And if you and whoever plans something, but it doesn't work and you both will equally try another way. If plan A doesn't pan out, you move to plan B, if not plan C. Thank you. Didn't I not just say that? Didn't I not just say that? If plan A doesn't work, we go into plan B. Oh, well, you know, this popped up with you. Oh, okay, I understand VVS. We're going to go to plan C because I really want to be with you. That's a person that has interest. That's a person that has interest. You know what I mean? Two people who genuinely want to be together will make it happen no matter what. That's what real attraction is. If excuses are involved, you do not want to be with each other. Thank you. Thank you. It's as simple as that, man. That's why I said before, when you're cold approaching, this is all you're gonna deal with. You're gonna deal with excuses. You're gonna deal with oh, well, this popped up, or you're gonna deal with flaking. You're gonna deal with people that are not responding to your messages. That's what happens. That's what comes with cold approaching. You're coming across a whole lot of people that do not have that don't have a good interest in you as a person. And let's be clear, by excuses, I mean not ever looking for a way to make it happen, not trying to find a solution. That's what excuses are. If a man or a woman can't do something on behalf of the relationship, that's fine. That's life. But what separates attraction from lack thereof is one's willingness to find another way. There you go. A real nigga and real woman won't play games, whether that be in person or in this generation through texting. They are straight shooters, no tit for tat. You text me an hour later, so I will text you back exactly 1 hour later. I called, but you didn't pick up, so next time you call, I won't pick up. All that bullshit is for the birds. Thank you. That's what I'm saying. When I talk about my past relationships and my previous relationships, I don't remember having to tell myself, okay, well, you know what? I'm not gonna respond back for a couple hours. I don't remember having to tell myself, okay, well, you know what? I need to try and I need to try and push pull with this female. I need to say something mean and all. I don't remember having to do all that. I don't remember telling myself that. Because it was just a flowing interaction. It was smooth. It was cool. I didn't have to act like something I was being myself, and I got what I wanted. I don't remember having to jump through all these damn mental gymnastics like this person said. I don't remember having to do all that. You know what I mean? So obviously the people that are talking about these skills and these tactics and all this other stuff, they're overcomplicating something that's fucking simple. And I feel like everybody's tired of that shit by now. All that bullshit is for the birds. And if you're dealing with someone who shows these tendencies, you aren't dealing with someone who wants to be with you. You dealing with someone who likes attention. Trust me. There you go. There you go. So that's pretty much the bottom line. If you're dealing with somebody and they're not trying to make a strong effort to, follow up on a date. They're not trying to follow up on this, that, and the other. They just want attention, man. And like Renegade number 1 said on this recent video, 95% of women just want attention from you. They're not really interested in you as a person. They don't really think you're attractive. They might think you're attractive, but they don't think you're attractive enough. They don't think you're good enough. So with that being said, they just want your attention. You got to know how to spot those out, which I think I pretty much have explained a whole lot of times in my recent videos how you can find that out. I told my brother, if the only thing a woman has to present to you are excuses why she can't do XYZ, there is no attraction. I agree with that. If a woman is texting you 3 or 4 hours later and at the most has 3 words to say, no attraction. That's what she was doing to him. Basically, if you have an inch of doubt that a woman man is playing games, it's because they are, right? Trust your instincts. Know that attraction is black and white. Attraction is straightforward. Attraction is Wednesday doesn't work, but can I see you Thursday? Attraction is you got busy for a second and couldn't reply to him, her till an hour later, and they hit you back with no hesitation telling you it's cool, and another subject is brought up, right? You should never have to question who you are and how you should behave around someone. That's been the point I've been saying since I started making videos, man. If it gets to a point where you have to change your whole persona, you have to change your whole programming just so you can cater to a female, that means these bitches are not worth your damn time. If it gets to a point where you have to learn how to, oh well, I gotta learn how to push pull. I gotta learn how to act like I'm not really interested when I know that I am. If you have to put on all these fake ass personas like these dating coaches are talking about, that means there's some bullshit going on. You shouldn't be having to go through all this. You should never have to think about texting that someone or think about calling them or seeing them, because if you have to think about it, that means you are afraid of rejection. If you are afraid of rejection, that means you are dealing with someone who hasn't made it clear that they are attracted to you. Yep, that's a good point. You will not hesitate to reach out to someone you know wants to be with you. That's a good ass point. That's why, like I just said, that's why I have not been rejected or flaked on in the past year, because I know who likes me. You know what I mean? I know who's going to really give me the time of the day. You know what I mean? Cold approaching random bitches that already have, high narcissism, that are already severely picky. I already know what that's going to bring me. So what I do, like I tell everybody else, you need to wait on signals. You need to wait on people or females that actually get in your face, that get in your sphere, or that actually message you showing you that they have attraction. That's how you can avoid the bullshit. So while you are out dealing with that woman or that man and you find yourself thinking about your actions before doing them, you already know what that means. Yeah, that's pretty much the end of that, man. I just wanted to read this, man. This is a really good post, man. And I feel like this pretty much just summarizes everything that I've been saying, man. And that, everybody can agree with, man. When it comes to, attraction and all this other stuff, man, it's straightforward, man. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be having to, apply all these damn strategies, man. You shouldn't be having to apply all these damn tactics. You shouldn't be having to apply all these damn fake ass mindsets and these fake ass auras and personalities, man. It's bullshit, man. You know what I mean? But like he just said, this was a really good thing that he said when he said, because if you have to think about it, that means you are afraid of rejection. If you are afraid of rejection, that means you are dealing with someone who hasn't made it clear that they are attracted to you. That is fucking spot on. That's pretty much what a good chunk of dudes are thinking, like, because like I said before, when I go on Facebook, this is pretty much an everyday thing now, where dudes are constantly talking about, oh, I'm not going to shoot my shot because y'all bitches think y'all celebrities. Or, oh, well, I'm not going to shoot my shot because, unless I'm talking about money or something like that, y'all not going to respond. We already know rejection is going to happen with pretty much every single female that we try and approach. So unless we get signals of interest, unless we get signals of, okay, well, she actually likes me. You know what I mean? Oh, she asked me if I have a girlfriend. She really likes me. You know what I mean? Unless you get these sort of signals, then we already know what's going to happen, man. So yeah, I just wanted to read this. You know what I mean? Just to let it be known that when it comes to this, it's really not that complicated, man. You know what I mean? And like I said before, like I had to tell somebody the other week ago, that's exactly why dating coaches and PUAs are starting to be attacked, man. Because dudes are starting to realize this. Attraction is black and white. It shouldn't be this complicated. It shouldn't be this hard. Dudes shouldn't be having to lower their standards and switch their mindset up so bad and switch their persona up so bad just to get something as basic as a fucking female. Just some companionship. You know what I mean? But that's pretty much it, man.